Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Kevin, and welcome. I'm hoping that this whole thing is on and working, but it doesn't seem like the camera is paying attention today. So let's make some adjustments, if we will. I know this one's on. Let's see if we have the other one going. Let's have a look. FaceTime. Well, there we are. All cameras. Select all cameras. There we are. Well, yeah, this one is not working. Well, I'm not worried about that one for right now. If it chooses to work, it'll work at some point today. I believe we're all on. Oh, we're not all on. Let's see if this makes a difference. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. There we have it. It's on now. Oh, goodness gracious. I actually like it when things like that happen that are not supposed to happen, because it teaches me things that not everything is as it's supposed to be. Uh, I'm learning in my advancing years to accept, and expect the what do they call it? The unexpected. So anyway, let's see. What can we talk about today? I've got a card that I pulled for you. I had a online seminar yesterday, a learning seminar with my new group of certified angels guides. Learned a lot, got a lot in 1 hour. It was quite action packed, and one of the things I appreciate about Kyle Gray and the way he puts together his work is it is right down simple, basic, and pretty easy to understand. Um, and it still blows my mind that we were on a call with people literally from all over the world. I did not pay attention to how many, but it went into the hundreds that were live on a call. So all that to say, uh, a year ago, I wouldn't have thought that was possible, and let alone how you did it, and what you did. And this also goes to um, the energy of what we're all capable of doing and what we all can do if we just get out of our own way, meaning we are the subject of our own limitations, and we oftentimes, and I'm learning, have to put out the welcome mat. Yeah, we have to put out the welcome mat and just get right to it. So let's see. I pulled a card for all of you, and here it is. Boom. There. So this is the ask and receive. I don't know if you can, if that is, there we go. There we go. Ask and receive. Should I move? There you go. That's even better. Huh. So what is this card talking about? So the angels want you to know that, particularly in times when it seems that we're limited, or that more specifically, the prayers that we're asking for, the things that we want, are just not happening. So it isn't that the universe isn't hearing or your prayers aren't being answered. It is that it may be time for you to adjust what you're asking and how you're asking for it. many times we fall in the habit of blocking our blessings by what we say and how we say it. And it isn't so much the verbal talk, the the whole I don't think that's possible, or I don't know about that. And that's part of it. But there's those little words in the back of your head, that little underlying ticker tape of habit that is the self depriving voice that has been learned and taught and accepted. This is the one thing I think we are all guilty of and have to overcome, is to accept things. But what we've accepted isn't necessarily what is real or true. And when I say what is real, it's kind of interesting for me to talk about what's real when we're speaking about spirits, angels, in energy, which is actually something we cannot physically see. And what I learned yesterday, there were a number of questions from some of us that are certified guides and just got our certification, and now what do we do with it? About how to interpret, what we feel, what we believe. A number of folks were expecting to be hearing clear messages and seeing visions, and they weren't getting it. So I think it creates this feeling of disconnection, the feeling that we're not good enough, we're not doing something right. That asking and receiving, if the energy around that type of asking is stronger than the asking for something you haven't really yet seen, got, then that's actually going to show up. For me, it would be raising the vibration. And interestingly enough, let's get rid of this real quick. That's the card I pulled for myself. So one of the lessons I learned yesterday was about trust. Trusting the information, trusting the messages. I have had a concept that the spirit world doesn't see with physical eyes, or hear with physical ears, or speak with a physical mouth, or have a voice box, or arms or legs. But needless to say, it is still energy. And the energy is working at the same vibrational level that we're at. So if you want something bigger, brighter, more expansive to flow, you have to create that energy and that vibration that mimics it. And I don't like the word mimic when it comes to things like fake it till you make it. No, it means that we have to line up with the same energy level that we're looking to receive, tuning into the same frequency of, like, we're asking for love, we're asking for abundance, we're asking for health, we're asking for financial wealth, we're asking for all these things, right? And there's this idea, and I got goosebumps, so I know my angels are here and they're doing this. They're like, yes, they've tuned in. We're asking for what we're asking for. To receive it, the key to receiving it, and this is not new information. Esther Hicks, Jerry Hicks have been talking about this in the law of I think it's the law of, what is it? Law of Attraction. A Course in Miracles talks about it. Creative Visualization talks about it. It is raising the vibration to level up what you're looking to get. And I always look for things I can land and say, how do I get this as an analogy that people sort of understand? Um, okay, for example, you have an opera singer, right? And they hit these high notes. And I don't know, when I was a little boy, I used to watch TV shows where an opera singer would hit these high notes and the vibration was so high, it would create a crystal glass to shatter. The crystal glass is only going to shatter if there is a vibrational level that lets that happen, that creates that physical, the speed of light, the speed of sound, the speed of all that is all on a vibrational level. So let's just say, for sake of argument, you're looking for a sports car. Your expectation of the sports car is that it's going to go pretty fast. It's going to be sporty. It's going to go however fast you want it to do. We compare it like a Porsche. Well, you're not really going to be able to get a Cadillac, the old kind of Cadillacs, the ones they made in the 60s and 70s, to perform the same as a Porsche or one of those little tiny Spider type small Mitsubishi Spider I'm thinking of sports cars, because the vibrational level, the way with which it has to go, is different. One is much heavier than the other. All that to say, if we're looking to receive something, I want love, vibrate from it. I want to be happy, create it. I want to, whatever that is you want. I want to be healthy, create the feeling of health. Vibrate from the feeling of health. Vibrate from the feeling of vitality. Look for things that make you feel vital. Look for the things that make you feel healthy. Look for the things and behave in the way that make you feel wealthy. Declare, affirm, all those things. You want to focus on being, behaving, acting like what you're asking for. Done. Yes. You're going to match up raise the vibration to match up with what you've got. Here's the fear of it. Unless it's right in front of us, unless it's right here, right now, we can touch it, feel it, get it. Well, we're asking for something that's not here. If it was here, we wouldn't be asking for it. Yeah. So then you've got to ask for it, and in your head, get to create what it is you're asking for, and then be thankful that you've received it, even if it's not in front of you right now. The more detail you put in to what you want, the quicker, faster, easier it shows up. What's the other thing I learned yesterday, which I loved? I loved it. I love these live seminars. There was so much. There was so much that I wrote and took notes. Here's the other thing I learned. When I'm writing feverishly to try to capture and captivate what it is I'm learning or what it is I'm getting, because there are all these nuggets, I'm not really getting it because I'm busy writing it, trying to keep up with what is being said. And they're all on a replay, so they all get recorded so we can replay them any time. So at the end of all these note writing sessions, I thought, I think I missed that. Well, just go do the replay. That was the other part, is being very simple about all this approach, about how all this works and doesn't work. Anyway, I was going to say something else and it'll come to me, but right now it's gone. Let's do the daily reading from Melody Beatty's book, Journey to the Heart. It feels like my sound is not syncing with my video, but listen, that's up to the gods. There you go. So we're on March the 4th, which I like very much so. One step at a time. One step step at a time. That's all you can take. That's all you have to take. Yes, you have visions you've created of where you want to go, but you don't get there in one leap. You get there one step at a time. That's how you receive your guidance. That's how you respond to the guidance you've received already. Let your faith be strong. Your faith will keep you going through moments in between the steps. When your faith is strong, you don't look in fear at the journey ahead, wondering if you'll get all the guidance you need or if you will get to where you're going. You know you will, so you take the simple steps, one at a time, that lie ahead of you. You take them in joy because you know that you're being guided. You have faith that the simple steps you are led to, the simple steps you are led to do will take you to your destination. One step at a time. That's how you will get where you're going. You are being led each step of the way. I love this. I just love this. What I love, oh, I must put that in there. What I love is that, or what I love is about learning is that it's the information comes to me and oh, here comes the confirmation, and it's all going on at the same time. Ask and receive, and then one step at a time, and don't expect everything to happen all at once. And then now here's the thing of it's just so glorious when you just unfold it naturally, willingly, and take the time just to enjoy it, just to be on this big journey. I wonder how many people get close to the end of the physical life when they're going to go back to heaven, which that word heaven to me is means home. That's the feeling I get. Uh, a place that's familiar, a place I've gone to many, many, many times, a place that my ascended friends have gone to, a place that, you know, some of my friends who are vibrational and they're on the other side, they're in spirit form, get to hang out with me still. And it sounds a bit weird, but the more you use the muscle, the more you use the skills that you line up with those vibrations, the faster, quicker, and more clear things will be. It's one step at a time. Um, you know, I once had a relationship. I've had many relationships, but I once had an interpersonal romantic relationship that I it was basically the person I felt like was a soulmate, and indeed he probably could have been, likely would have been. And it took me a while to wake up to it, as far as understand that this is the person you're meant to be with. Anyway, I gave all the love that I had, and then some, because I think we all have the capacity to love at that level. We have the capacity to open our hearts so big and so strong. Um, it's impossible to deny. The challenge we have is not everybody's able to do it. Not all these other people are at the same level with their hearts wide open, and not everyone's willing to be vulnerable and be okay with the fact that the other person may not feel the same way. Doesn't mean to say that you shouldn't or don't get to. So here I was giving my love, and I had the expectation that it was coming back to me and I was going to get it back. And this person was going to love me in the same way I love them. And I couldn't understand why it wasn't possible they were doing it. Of course, you know what we do. We go to that place of it means I'm not good enough. I'm to this, or I'm to that, or I'm to the other. So I had a good friend who said, the person is really at the moment only able to take a pickup truck's worth of love. And you show up with an 18-wheeler, big old semi full of it. It's overwhelming. And so that's the point I'm making. If you use these skills, if you raise these vibrations a little at a time, they sort of all kind of go together eventually. What would be the fun of doing a jigsaw puzzle if you only had 4 pieces to put together? I mean, it is fun when you're learning about shapes and how to put them together, yes. If you're 6 months old, 7 months old, a year old, and you're just learning, this is kind of interesting. But if to put a 386 piece jigsaw together, you've got to find all the corners and then all the ones with a straight edge. It takes a while. And then the feeling of gratification when you finally have those last pieces of the jigsaw puzzle and you put it together. That, my friends, is the journey of living in this life, doing this work with everybody else. And now it's time to meditate. Let's put our feet flat on the floor. Yes. And get a feeling of bringing your toes up, stretch them out, lift them up, push them down. Any way that you know that you can connect your physical mind with your physical feet and get grounded. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of what you need to let go of. And this morning, allow your hands to be open to the ceiling as you give a quick overview of your whole body. I'll let you do it silently. Take your focus and attention to the areas of your physical body that may feel off. As you raise your consciousness up through your body, from your feet to your belly, from your belly to your heart, and from your heart up through to the crown of your head and beyond. And then we'll begin with our prayer of protection. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for showing up and cutting the ties that bind me to people, places, situations, stories, and any other unnecessary drama that I no longer need and no longer serves my purpose. And thank you for cutting them now. I declare that I am safe and I am free. I declare that the weight of the world has been lifted off my shoulders. Now bring your hands over your heart with your right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly, or one on top of the other. Get comfortable. I am the keeper of my mind and my body, my soul. Wherever love is, fear is a stranger. Love is here within me, and so it is, and so shall it be. Now, picture a ball of light coming towards you from high above, beyond clouds, beyond planets, and it is streaming its way right toward your heart. And then at the center of your chest, where your heart is, inside your ribs, is a bright light, the eternal flame that you've carried with you from lifetimes to lifetimes. Let the love that's within fuel the flame that's within and expand it out beyond your skin, just slightly. Create a sphere, a bubble, a field of love. Bring your mind to everything that you're grateful for. Grateful for the food that nourishes your body. Grateful for the warmth that the sun offers your skin. Grateful for the life that you have, the experiences you're living. Grateful for the partner that you're with. Grateful for the home that you've created for yourself. Grateful for the children that you've been able to give life to. Now let's invite our angels in to be part of the meditation. Thank you, angels, for showing us that you're here. It is so good to see you. Thank you for revealing to me and everyone what we need to know. I'm open to receive, I'm open to listen, and I'm open to share. And so it is, and so shall it be. Let your mind, your consciousness settle in the area between your forehead, your third eye center, your inner vision. If there are any thoughts, worries or burdens that are coming into your third eye view or occupying your mind, acknowledge that you see them and let them float away. And sometimes what we need to know is to clear out the clutter that clouds us. Continue breathing, and if you find yourself wandering off in your meditation, pick a physical point of reference. Your hands are excellent, your feet are excellent. Then move to the area between your eyes, the center of your forehead. Let yourself listen to messages of your mind. Notice if your mind is telling you, reminding you that you're not hearing anything, you're not seeing anything. Relax and let those thoughts go, and just be in the experience of listening. Pay attention to any colours that you see. Sometimes the images of meditation look like a blurry kaleidoscope. If indeed you see colour, look towards the clarity of the colour, the vibrancy of the colour, and the shape that the colour is taking. Continue breathing with your breath physically, knowing that the great Mother Earth is grounding you, holding you, loving you and supporting you always. The great Father in heaven loves you, supports you, and sends forth spirit guides and angels to help teach you. Just gently let your breath come in and out. Know that every breath is going to all the cells of your physical body. the point with which you'd wish to come out of meditation, stay in for a few more breaths. Breathe and relax. When you feel complete, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Honor your practice. Honor your progress. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Honor the light within you. At the same time, honor the light and the love within others, and together we bow and say Namaste. Thank you very much. It's simple, very simple. For the longest time, I thought that when I did these guided meditations, something dramatic or sensational was supposed to happen, right? There's this, you're waiting for the surprise. And that's simple. It is that simple. I think sometimes the surprise is that simple, easy. Meditation is, again, a skill. It's spiritual. It's linked directly to the soul. But if you're not sure who your soul is, what your soul's about, that's where you learn to sit quietly and listen. I'll add, someone else's idea or vision, concept about the soul isn't yours. Claim your own and be okay with your own, and accept your own and be fine with it. Because what you have, what you're learning, you're meant to have and you're meant to learn. Even if it seems a bit weird. And it only seems weird because we believe other people think we're weird. Well, they can think what they like, that's on them. It's true, it's on them. If you believe it and you feel it and it's very strong, you know, somebody tells you a story and they're telling you the story and they're going on and on about the story, intuitively there's this little voice in the back of your head saying, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem quite right. It's their story, they believe it, they're telling you, and you're not quite getting the same kind of jibe. Doesn't make them a liar, doesn't make you a non-believer. It just is simple like that. It's a difference. Accept the difference as being okay and move on from it. That's what I think I've learned the most from meditation, from my years of yoga teacher training, from the learning and the teaching and the sharing. It is all going on at the same time. Done. Listen, have a fantastic Thursday. I'll be back here tomorrow, 5:30. I love you. Take care of yourself. Look after yourselves and keep doing the work.